Okay, we started working on Pat's running forehand. Back in June, we were taking a look at it. He was hitting it with an open stance there. I don't think there's anything wrong with the open stance forehand. There's plenty of players that use that technique, but I think most of those players are more the clay court variety. On the clay, you can slide into the right foot, balance up, and then push back off the right foot. When we started looking at the better hard court players and hard court movers, most of them seem to hit it with a semi-open stance, which is, open stance is driving off the right foot and landing on the right foot. Semi-open is driving off the right foot, landing on the left foot, and then a right foot recovery step. So here is Pat in June hitting his open stance, which is right foot, right foot. Is that right? And one of the problems there you see is it's hard for him to now balance up and drive off that foot. All his weight's there, it's going to take him time. You do cover less court doing it this way, but you lose a little bit of power in this drive, and you see here he wasn't able to cross over step, and he's shuffling back a little bit too tall. So we're looking at now the three guys hitting semi-open stance. We started with Leighton Hewitt, who has a great semi-open running forehand. Really nice wide split there. We just go back a little bit. You can see he turns that right foot out of the split in the air, and he has such a wide split. He's nice and low to the ground, and he's ready to push off. What he does really well, he takes that right arm up very high, gets his hands above his eyes. I also love the way he gets his left arm up. One thing he does, he keeps the left arm on the racket a little bit longer. It's off it now, but he keeps it on there, and that helps him turn his shoulders and separate. Great position there, strong right foot, nice left arm. He's going to drive the right racket down with the right arm. He's got his shoulder across, his right shoulder's over his hip, or his left shoulder's over his right hip. Great hit, and then from there he's taken his recovery step, and he can cross over back in the point. Here's Pete, another guy who has a great running forehand, normally a right side finisher. Leighton is more of a left side. See Pete out of the split, turns that right foot, and he's off. Takes the left arm off the racket very early and lifts the racket high with the right arm, and he then swings down through the ball. He's a little bit slower than a Leighton on the recovery, but he will often hit a more penetrating shot. Relies on hitting pretty much a winner or having the opponent on defense. Here's Dominic Habati. Similar start to Sampras, where he takes the hand off and lifts the racket high, and then a similar finish to Leighton, where the racket crosses over and then he's quickly out of that corner and recovering. If we put Leighton and Pete together, Leighton's a little lower and a little wider in the split. Leighton keeps the left arm on the racket a little bit longer while he runs to the ball. Pete takes the left arm off and starts to prepare with the right arm. Both guys prepare early. They get that racket going and they get it up high. Leighton a little higher than Pete. Like I said, I think from here Leighton is better at the recovery. I think Pete hits in general a better, more penetrating shot. You can see Leighton's left arm is now back on the racket already, and he's looking to recover, and he's back in that ready position. He's already crossed over. Leighton and Dominic. Leighton again keeps the left arm on the racket longer, but they both prepare early. They both get that racket up high while they're running. And then from here they're very, very similar. Contact, they land. They both have this nice angle of body to help them recover. After they hit, the weight goes out on the right foot. They both finish across their body, and then they both cross over with their right foot, and they're back in the point. Pete and Dominic start off very similar. That left hand comes off the racket. Left arm sort of just drops down, and they start to lift their right arm. Again, let's say Pete hits a more penetrating shot than a Dominic, and Dominic, like Leighton, recovers quicker than Pete. He's back in the point. So we started working on the open stance with Pat. We did it in drills like this with a live ball, with me hitting, and then I'd hit a backhand up the line when he didn't know and he had to take off. Now he takes his left arm off very early there. I would prefer it stayed on a little longer, and he needs to get the racket up higher and get it up quicker. You want to swing down from high. That's how the guys generate their pace. If your racket's too low, you're not going to get as much pace. Another thing Pat does wrong here is he's running in a backward diagonal. He needs to, if he's under this much pressure, even try and loop around. Get back towards the fence earlier so you can turn your weight back into the court. Because he went at that angle, he then couldn't drive off this right foot and recover. All his weight's going out the fence. But there was still a semi-open, and we continued to work on that. We did some with fed balls like this, where he pretended to hit a backhand, and then I just fed a ball. Now, here again, lift that racket up. That's taken too long to get the racket up. But what he does really well is he gets the right foot in close, and there's his semi-open. He gets that nice angle of body. He's ready to recover now, just like we saw with Dominic and Leighton. Crosses over and he's back in the point. Here's another fed ball. This one was a bit of a tougher shot, and you see where he started. He once he hits, he starts to go backwards, and that's why he couldn't recover from here. He did a good job trying to, slipped a little bit, and we continued to work on that. Then we got, a few days later, started playing some points. Pat's down the other end, so I have zoomed in on him, so it's best to watch him in the frame in the middle of the screen. You can see, off he goes. He gets the racket up off the right foot, and there he is in that nice angle position, and an easy recovery. He crosses over and he's back in the point, and he also hit a quality shot. Here's another one. Goes out there, lifts the racket, right foot to left. There's his body angle, and now he recovers, and that's helping him get back, and helping him with two things. He hits a better quality shot because he's going through the ball, putting all his weight into the shot and momentum into it, and it also helped his recovery. You can see he's able to drive off that right foot and recover very quickly, putting the opponent into defense, turning his own defense into offense. When you compare Pat to Leighton, Leighton gets the racket up a little higher, but the big thing I see is the recovery. You can see now Leighton again already has the left arm back on the racket. He's already in a ready position. Whatever comes at him, he's going to be running it down. He now crosses over, and Pat's got to get a little bit quicker there. Get back into your ready position, get your hand on the racket, cross over the step. Still, great improvement from Pat. And if we compare them, again, it's best to watch where I've zoomed in on Pat. On the left, you have him in June, where he does the open stance, and on the right, the semi-open, hits the shot. You see he gets a little bit stuck there, even though it was an easier ball with the open stance. The semi-open, he's recovered. He's heading back towards the middle already. You can see how much quicker he is there. Just for a little bit of fun, I put all four of them together here. You can see them all. Another thing is they all, if you look at Leighton and Dominic, I forgot to mention, they make contact in the air. They do this on their returns as well. The technique's actually similar for the return. They drive off the right foot, contact in the air, left foot lands, right foot recovery step, crossover, and they're back in the point. So I think Pat's made good strides there already. We have a few things from the video that I think he should work on. I think number one is preparing early and to get the right arm up higher. I want his hand around eye level. I think he needs a better running angle sometimes. He can't be cutting the angle backwards. So if he recognises it's going to be deep, go back early. Even if it's a sort of a V, so you go back and then come back forward into the ball, get your weight into it, and that'll help you with your recovery as well. Maybe get the right foot a little bit closer. Sometimes he was driving off his right foot into the ball from too far away, and then that cost him a little bit of balance. You see Leighton, when he does it, he gets the right foot really close to the ball. I'll show you one here. Where the ball bounces, he's quite close. He's contact, and that helps him recover that little bit quicker. And the other thing, like we see here with Leighton, bang, get that left arm back on the racket. You're back in that ready position. Don't, you hit a quality shot, but expect it to go in, expect it to penetrate, and expect the next ball to come back. There's no use stopping and watching your shot. Leighton's really good at that. You can see immediately back in the ready position. He hasn't even crossed over with his right foot yet. And now he's ready for the next ball. So I think Pat's enjoying working on this, and we'll continue, and we'll be back with another update soon. Thanks.